UEFA Europa League, presented by SEAT.
It's a bit tasty here at Tynecastle. Tottenham Hotspurs, the visitors, they take on the Jam Tarts here tonight. The first leg of a Europa League playoff for the right to make the group stage. To call this one for us tonight, the former Rangers and England midfielder, Trevor Steven. And first, as always, a very good evening to Clive Tilsley.
Thank you, Matt. Good evening, everybody. With the best will in the world, there was no way that Tottenham Hotspur were ever going to be allowed to take this one lightly. Not in Scotland, not at Tynecastle, one of the most atmospheric settings in Scottish football. Manchester United will have to wait. Spurs have serious business to look after here first. Heart of Midlothian, we'll see to that. Festival time in Edinburgh. Entertainment, drama, comedy maybe. What kind of show will we get tonight? Tottenham Hotspur kicking off their season. And Trevor Steven, who's had experience of playing at Tynecastle for Rangers. Spurs will know they're in a game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Clive. It's a really intimidating atmosphere here. And it'll take a little while for the Spurs players to get used to it. But they're very experienced professionals. I expect them to adapt pretty quickly. But it is a terrific atmosphere, no doubt.
Captain Dawson looking for Bale. Cut out by Hamill. Here's big John Sutton. Outnumbered, and they're able to control it initially. Ooh, with a little bit of time. Rafa van der Vaart looking to get Bale on his way beyond Hamill. Defoe and Lennon are waiting in the centre, and Bale has overrun it.
See already the threat that Gareth Bale's going to cause to Hamill down that left-hand side. Spurs going forward.
Crunchart. Combination with Bale. Broken up by Morovic, the pole at the heart of the Hearts midfield. This is Assur Cotto, though, playing 1-2 off the Italian referee, and then finding Lennon. And he in turn finds Templeton. Sharp challenge by Walker. This might come for Bale, and he's onside. Away by Webster, and a chance for Driver to drive Hearts forward. Black. Hamill. Sutton beat to it in the air by Kabul.
Well, Hearts want to get themselves on the front foot. John Sutton is the release ball for Hearts. Just needs support from Stevenson, particularly from midfield.
Harry can't sit there, apparently. Ranger. A bit of time for Walker, and he finds Defoe. So too does Black. Defoe resists the challenge, links up with Van der Vaart. Now Kyle Walker. Tottenham didn't train at Tynecastle last night. Didn't have a chance to have a look round, and Harry can't see properly from the seat he's been given. Crunchart linking with Van der Vaart. No room at the inn for Tottenham Hotspur. It's the busiest 3 weeks of the year in Edinburgh. No hotel space after the draw's been made. They've been staying in real five-star luxury at the Old Course Hotel overlooking the famous 17th hole at St Andrews, but it has meant quite a long drive down for them today. How long will that have taken, Trevor?
Roughly an hour, I suppose. It's probably more than they would like to have done, that's for sure. As you say, Edinburgh is brimming full just now with the festival.
Hearts manager is Paulo Sergio, 16 days in charge. Succeeded a club legend, Jim Jeffries, 3 games into the season, with instructions to change the team's style as well as their results. Black, who is feisty, is in the midst of a domestic suspension at the moment.
Yeah, Ian Black is pretty crucial, I think, to what Hearts do tonight. You've got to win the ball back from Spurs, who already look very comfortable in control of the ball. And one of his jobs is to get it back for Hearts.
Defoe. Van der Vaart. Defoe. It's come for Van der Vaart again. Salukas couldn't clear. It's Rafael Van der Vaart, and Tottenham have the early lead at Tynecastle. Ball run kindly for Rafael Van der Vaart, and he made the most of his good fortune to calmly slot it home, and Spurs have an away goal inside of 5 minutes.
Well, Harry Redknapp would be delighted. Spurs have been on the front foot from the first whistle. Hearts not been able to take the game to Spurs at all. Good interplay. Defoe and Van der Vaart gets a bit lucky here, but it's scrappy from Hearts, and it's a good finish. You see Van der Vaart, when he gets into that kind of position, very, very relaxed, very, very calm. There he gets a little bit of luck.
Appeals for handball there, but it was
Perhaps.
driven hard against him.
I think so, possibly. Difficult one for the referee to call. There you go. Works his way in the end, slots it away, and great start for Tottenham.
Zaljukas had 2 opportunities to clear. The second of them certainly propelled the ball against the arm of Rafael Van der Vaart, but at point-blank range, I don't see that that could have been interpreted as deliberate in any way. And the ball fell kindly for the Dutch international to give Spurs the edge.
They have been looking in control though, Clive, haven't they? They've not really been pressed too much by Hearts so far. The problem the Hearts have got is getting a hold of the ball.
Here's Kyle Walker. Just clipped by Templeton. He wants to be carrying the ball at Walker down the other end of the field, David Templeton, but he's having to see out his defensive duties at the moment.
George Burley highlighted Templeton just before the game. If you can get on it, get on the ball, it's very, very tricky, very confident. Andrew Driver, very much the same on the other side of the field. And those 2 players are really very much of the strength of Hearts going forward.
But they need the ball. And here's Cranchar, losing out to Mrovic. On by Sutton, now Driver, held up by Asuakota. This is Stevenson. See Andy Webster back at the heart of the Hearts defence. His season prior to tonight lasted just 8 minutes into the opening game at Ibrox. He has had his injury problems. He is so important to Hearts. But Van der Vaart almost bulldozed between the 2 centre-backs. And with the help of a ricochet, scored the opening goal. And here's Walker. Lennon. Cranchar. Accurately picking out Bale. Hamill across.
That's a lovely switch of play there from Nico Cranchar. Brings Gareth Bale into the game. He always feels he's got a chance of being in the game as well, Gareth Bale, when you've got passers like Cranchar.
This is Defoe trying to tiptoe through the challenges. Black got to him. Brought out by Zaljukas. It's good work that by Defoe. Just unable to release Van der Vaart. Hearts really haven't got started yet.
Well, they've got all this backing as well. Fantastic support here at Tynecastle. Can't really get much possession in the Spurs half just now.
Granger. Sutton on the move. On a throw-in. Had 3 years at Spurs as a youngster. John Sutton just didn't quite crack it. He said he knew it was time to move on when Les Ferdinand and Sergei Rebrov were ahead of him in the reserve team at Tottenham. Granger with a throw. Well met by Kabul. Stevenson. Spurs have been well primed as to what to expect this evening. They've been competitive from the outset. Hearts 6 competitive games into a season which began nearly a month ago. Spurs season starting here tonight. I have to say that Hearts win over Aberdeen here on Saturday was their first in the SPL since mid-March. A run that almost cost them third place in the closing weeks of last season and did ultimately cost Jim Jeffries his job as his successor. Suakoto seemed to be looking for the ball to run out. The driver made sure he couldn't do that. Beautiful control from Van der Vaart and from Cranchar. Black getting stuck in again. This is Lennon. Walker. Van der Vaart.
There's that release ball again. This time to Asuakoto.
Relay football from Tottenham Hotspur. Van der Vaart. They're away by Zaljukas. Staked up by Morobiec. So a little bit tense back there. Hearts haven't retained the ball anything like well enough as yet.
Well, Harry Redknapp's had the perfect start. He would have liked to get his noses ahead in the early stages of the game, just quieten the crowd down. That's exactly what his team have done for him.
Van der Vaart, the goal scorer, finds only Sutton. And there was a foul there by Jake Livermore on John Sutton. Time last year, Spurs almost came unstuck in the playoff round of the Champions League, trailed Young Boys 3-0 after half an hour in the first leg in Bern. Sutton with a rather wild shot, but that adventure, which went on to the San Siro twice and to the Bernabeu, began there. Tonight they've started their European campaign far more emphatically.
Glimmer of hope there for Hearts. John Sutton, not renowned for his long-range shooting. Very competitive in the penalty area.
Got his first Hearts goals at the weekend in the 3-0 win over Motherwell here. Defoe. Cranchar. It's interesting that Harry Redknapp was saying prior to the game that Cranchar isn't really a central midfield player. I don't think that's the way that Nico Cranchar would see it. He'll feel that he has the range of passes to control things in the heart of midfield, but then Trevor, all wide midfield players want to be central midfield players.
Yeah, even in my day.
Templeton unable to get into the game as yet. Defoe to Van der Vaart, who's at the heart of the game. Lennon trying his luck on the left. Van der Vaart. Lennon whipped into Defoe, beautifully played and beautifully finished. Class from Tottenham Hotspur. Jermaine Defoe tucks away their second goal. They were 3 down in Switzerland a year ago in half an hour. They are 2 up in 13 minutes here in Scotland tonight.
Well, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant goal. Started by Aaron Lennon. Wide on the left-hand side, cuts in, doing everything with pace. Van der Vaart again involved. Wonderful ball from Lennon through to Defoe. And you don't expect anything else when he gets into that position. Van der Vaart linking up again. But what a terrific ball. First touch was great, second, ball's in the net.
I'm not sure there is a more natural finisher available to Fabio Capello than Jermaine Defoe. His tally in the Premier League last season was miserably low by his standards, but Harry Redknapp has already said he's expecting a big season from Defoe. He's had a big start from his team tonight.
Oh, very worrying for Hearts. Where do they go from here? Try and get back into the game. They haven't looked like a goal threat. And to push too many bodies forward is only going to make them more vulnerable at the back.
Got to try and get the crowd involved in the game again, because the voices we can hear inside Tynecastle at the moment are Tottenham voices. you're supposed to be at home, is the chant.
The pattern of the game is as it was when the game started. Tottenham in possession in the Hearts half. Van der Vaart very much at the heart of it.
Some lovely passing from Tottenham on a lovely service, I have to say. Tynecastle, there's a picture. This is Driver. Now Hamill. Driver's managed to find Stevenson. And he's managed to find some space. Poor interception that by Walker, with Templeton waiting.
They read it well. Templeton gets onto the ball in those kind of areas, can be dangerous.
Black. Sutton beaten to it by Kabul. Bale suddenly carries the ball 30, 40 yards forward in what seems like 20 strides. His acceleration, he thought he'd won a corner there, is quite something to behold.
Yeah, he's so quick. You can see what he's going to do, and he knows, the defender knows that he's just going to run straight down the line. But he's quite happy and prepared to take it on. Believes in his pace.
Quick with the ball, Trevor, yeah.
Yeah, very, very quick with the ball. I love watching him, actually. I mean, he's so graceful to watch. He runs so well with it. And he's got the end ball as well, or he's got a goal at the end of it. So I'm looking forward to seeing if Gareth Bale can get to those heights that he did last season.
He says he's fully fit, which is the key really for Spurs. Defoe to Livermore. Now Lennon.
Spurs being patient. Hart sitting back. Tottenham in no great rush to get forward.
Asuakoto has released Bale. It's a dangerous driven ball between goalkeeper and defenders, but nobody in white could quite catch up with it.
Well, pace in the flanks like Bale and Aaron Lennon. That ball's always on. This is 4-4-2. Nicely timed run. Good delivery of the pass, and what a cross that was.
His season was ended prematurely by a rather loose Charlie Adam tackle at White Hart Lane in May, but it was the back problems that he had earlier in the year which really put the brakes on Gareth Bale's season. I think he himself was concerned that no real solution was being found to that problem, but he's rested and fresh now. Well run by Hamill, but Zalewskis can't quite link up with him.
The worry that Tottenham had coming into this game is the lack of competitive matches behind them. It seems to have worked in their favour. Very fresh looking. Plenty of confidence about the team too.
It's been worth the trip so far. The Tottenham fans who've seen Van der Vaart and Defoe score in the opening quarter of an hour of the game. Well, won by Walker. Lennon. Cranchard. Livermore trying to resist the attentions of Black and doing so very strongly. There's plenty of Jake Livermore. Only his second ever start for Tottenham, and his first ended at half-time in a rather painful Carling Cup defeat to Arsenal a year ago. He's been out on loan at Ipswich and Leeds since then. Big chance for him tonight in the absence of the likes of Modric and Sandro and Pinar, Genus from that area of the field.
He's not going to get many opportunities, is he, Jake Livermore? And when you do get one, you've got to take it with both hands. Looks very comfortable in the midfield alongside Nico Cranchard.
Spurs looking comfortable to a man, in control. Cranchard to Van der Vaart. And again, cut out by Mrovic. Here's Driver, unable to link up with Sutton. He's unable to string more than a couple of passes together at the moment, the men in maroon. finding Van der Vaart. He's finding space all over the place. Now Livermore to Defoe. And now Van der Vaart. And now it's Bale's turn. Well, he can score from that kind of range and angle, we know that.
Well, Callow very concerned about what he's seeing in front of him. Well, Tottenham can literally pick and choose how they get forward from both sides. Very worrying for Hearts, I have to say.
And 3 white shirts in the box if Bale had lifted his head.
Well, only 20 minutes gone in the game, and how many times has he been forward on that left-hand side already? Well, it's struggling to cope with his abilities.
Was well placed, he waved that away before giving a free kick for a foul. And Ian Black. Chance there just to toss the ball into the edge of the penalty area, which Hearts didn't take. They tried to play their way into an advanced position. Ranger looking to kick the ball forward. It's fallen for Driver. Oh, the referee got in the way. Nothing going Hearts' way. Bale coming their way again. Just took on one too many. Sound defending by Dorsal.
Well, slightly brighter for Hearts there. A bit more possession. But is there going to be an end product? Doesn't look that way. Spurs looking very solid in defence, led by Michael Dawson.
Mistake by Livermore, though. Busy run from Templeton. Well, that's what he can do. Stretching Kyle Walker and winning a corner.
Yeah, he's not short on pace or confidence, David Templeton. And this is the kind of opportunity now that Hearts need to take advantage of. Prepared to go all the way. Kyle Walker is a quickie as well.
Zaliukas and Webster forward. Size, it's played short. Hamill tosses it in towards Andy Webster. Knocked out of harm's way by Van der Vaart. Spurs oozing confidence. So well worked. Cranchar. Look at the run from Bale as well, that it was cut out by Zaliukas. Driver. Stepped away from Kabul. Linked up with Templeton. Dawson in the way. Might come for Stevenson. Cranchar played his part there. A little bit of pressure. First anxious clearance from Spurs. First sign of a few mistakes inside their own half. Hearts trying to turn up the temperature here. Granger finding Stevenson. The space for Driver if he can find him. Instead crossed in towards Sutton, whose run was blocked by Surakoto, and the cross came to nothing.
That kind of delivery is what John Sutton's looking for. Ryan Stevenson provides it from the left-hand side. It's the crossing a little bit too easy. That's a perfect ball for Sutton to attack. Surakoto does enough to block him.
Have you noticed a change in Hearts' style at all from Jeffrey's day? Are they playing through the field a little bit more?
There's not much change at all. It's very early days in the reign of Paulo Sergio. But what he's hoping for and looking for is teamwork, and there hasn't been a great deal of that. It looks a bit disjointed to me. Team got a good result at the weekend. We've not really had the time yet, Paulo Sergio, to put a stamp on this side.
He's been set the target of winning the Scottish Premier League by the owner, something that only 2 clubs have done since the inception of the Scottish Premier League in 1998. I don't think I need to tell you who they are. Last Scottish champions from outside Glasgow, Aberdeen, 1985. In fact, only Hearts have broken into the top two since 95. They were runners-up in 2006, George Burley and Graham Rix, among others. Here's Driver. Giving it straight to Cranchar, now Defoe.
Got a lot of space, isn't he, Nico Cranchar, in there. He can play the game at his own speed.
This one from Bale, but it might just run for Livermore. He'll settle for the corner kick, which is somewhat fortuitous.
No, certainly don't want to lose another one. And we do have a goal threat. Kabul Dawson, very, very good in the air if the delivery's right.
It's towards the head of Kabul. Taken away by Zaliukas. Now a chance for Driver to break out here. He's got Templeton and Stevenson with him, and Spurs are outnumbered. If the pass had been better, Asuakoto was the last man.
Just when a little bit of quality is required, Hearts have not been able to produce it. Andrew Driver just not finding his man with the pass. Ball breaks down again.
Asuakoto very quick to the ball. Was fouled there by Andrew Driver.
It was good work from Asuakoto. Sergio not too happy with it though.
Livermore. And the VAR. Now Cranchar. See back from Asuakoto. The VAR was there, but Robbie tries to cut it out. Templeton.
Really struggling to deal with Nico Cranchar's involvement in the game. No one's near him. Can dictate the play between him and Van der Vaart. Really everything's going Spurs' way.
Asuakoto finding Van der Vaart. Cleverly played. Livermore gets it back from Defoe. Oh, it's 3-0. Big moment for Jake Livermore. And just to complete the symmetry of a year ago, Tottenham Hotspur 3 down in Switzerland inside half an hour in their Champions League playoff first leg, are 3 up here in half an hour in the Europa League.
Oh, magical play again. It's incisive, it's quick, it's accurate, and most importantly, the finish is true and cool from Livermore. Look at the space that Van der Vaart gets once again. But this is good play, and the movement, Hearts can't deal with it. 3-0.
He's been with the club 5 years. He's from Tottenham country, from Enfield, Jake Livermore. He's been away on loan to 6 different clubs during that time. He's had to wait his moment to impress the Tottenham manager, but he's taken his chance. He's figured in the pre-season. He hasn't looked at all out of place in the side tonight, and he's kept his performance so far now with a goal. Spurs' 3rd of the evening.
It's a long, long night for Hearts and their supporters now. Tottenham so much in control of the game. And, scoring some great goals, some quality goals as well. So, please Harry Redknapp very much.
Livermore strong again. Van der Vaart. Now Cranchar. Defoe. It's deflected behind for a corner kick. The Spurs look like they're going to score in every attack.
Hearts have not been able to go for the central midfield at all. It's Cranchar or it's Van der Vaart, you name it. It's one of the two. Defoe that time, getting the shot away but blocked.
Van der Vaart takes. Just can't get hold of the ball. Templeton and the header clear, but Spurs come again. Kabul, the centre-back, stepping through the challenges. Granger felt he was fouled. Well, he took over the coach as Sporting Lisbon this time last year. He was out of work by the end of February. "20 months is the record stay for a manager so far under Vladimir Romanov. So there's a gulf here, which I suspect no Scottish club manager outside of Parkhead and Ibrox would be likely to be able to close. There is just a difference between the resources for the top English and top Scottish clubs, which it would take more than a Portuguese coach to solve.
Well, he must be thinking damage limitation, because a long way to go in this game. I think everybody recognises it, the gulf in quality. And Hearts' real chance tonight was to try and get themselves ahead early, and of course it was Tottenham to score the first goal.
And then the second, and then the third. Van der Vaart fairly stopped. Black, driver. Interesting to see the left footer on the right footer on the left, which seems to be the 21st century way. I bet you didn't like playing on the left, did you?
I was asked to play on the left several times and did so willingly. I do think it can work for you, you know, if you're right-footed, playing on the left-hand side and come and get your shots away on goal. It's always a more difficult option to go down the outside of a full-back, more demanding.
That's well played by Kabul. It's something Spurs do from time to time. They'll switch Bale to the right. He's on the left at the moment, though, chasing Cranchar's pass, and Hearts are open again. This is Lennon. Space for Van der Vaart, just out of shot in towards Defoe! Flag Wasabi hit the crossbar, it wouldn't have counted. He was offside. But they're just not picking Van der Vaart up at all.
No, they need to rethink, total rethink at half-time. Still feels a long way to half-time, of course, but this is absolutely fantastic stuff. Look at Van der Vaart in the middle as well.
Well, the referee marking him.
Great effort, though, wasn't it, from Defoe? That's the kind of ball the striker wants. Lennon does that. Amazing regularity. Defoe will be disappointed.
Came back before all the other players for some extra fitness work. He actually went to France to work with a fitness coach, Jermaine Defoe. Fringe player towards the end of last season for Spurs. Van der Vaart finding Defoe. Never frightened to shoot.
I think he suffered last year. His confidence level went down. Ball wasn't in the back of the net like he's used to. It's a fresh beginning for him this season. It's a good start already.
More live football next week on ITV. That's on ITV1, the second leg of Arsenal's Champions League playoff game in Italy against Udinese. ITV.com/football is the place to go to find details of all our upcoming football and plenty of more. Robic, driver lets it run. Stevenson looks for him. Strolling through the game.
The Hearts midfield players are marking space and not men, and he's given Cranchar and Van der Vaart so much time on the ball. Jake Livermore He's even got lots of time in there as well.
Spurs have got Hearts exactly where they want them. First touch heavy, Blackrock ball back, Robic, driver. Webster's header far too close to Keller. Thankfully for Hearts, the Slovakian goalkeeper managed to prevent the corner.
It would be one of those nights you could just see that was going to happen, couldn't you?
On by Stevenson. Here's Sutton. Dealt with by Kabul.
Always having to plough a lone furrow, really, isn't he, John Sutton? Not got much support. Not the first half, I think Paulo Sergio I remember with any great fondness.
Sutton. Now Hamill. Managed to find driver. So has Bale. And now Gaupel's gone down a bit of a heap here. Thankfully quickly to his feet.
I think Andrew Driver just caught the ankle of Gareth Bale there. As he defended well in his own penalty area. He's running well now.
Rafa van der Vaart after 5 minutes, Jermaine Defoe after 13 minutes, Jake Livermore here after 28 minutes. 3 Tottenham goals, unanswered goals in the opening half hour. Cruncher on by Livermore, out to Bale. Bale winning the corner from Hamill.
Did well there, Jimmy Hamill. He sent to Gareth Bale down there, the flank. Got his foot in at the right time.
It's Bale's corner. And the flick on has come from Kabul. Actually, it was Robic at the near post who helped it on to Kabul, who then got a little ambitious with the finish.
Yeah, just holds a deep position there. Tries to smash it into the net. Took a little bit less off it, just get it on target. Every chance he would have scored there.
Started for France last week in their warm-up match against Chile. Played alongside Eric Abidal. Philip Mexes is out injured at the moment. Adil Rami suspended for their next qualifier. The ball really going up in the world as a player of international standing. He's found Livermore here. Van der Vaart. No handball. Zalewskis. Stevenson. Well, it's an ambitious effort. It's given the crowd something to get excited about. And Hearts need some stirring.
Yeah, just a bit. This is a decent effort from Ryan Stevenson. It opens up in front of him. He thinks, well, I'll have a crack at it. Quite a way off, no problem for Gomez. Not really much of a goal threat there for Hearts.
And the question for them and for Andy and George at half-time is how good have Spurs been and how bad have Hearts been?
Yeah, a bit of both, actually. But Hearts should have come into this game and really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. We're never allowed to do so. Tottenham always on the front foot. But they've shown real quality, though, Tottenham, despite being allowed to play by Hearts.
Driver. Seen by Kabul. It's a little intricate between Kabul and Crouchard, but so much confidence in Tottenham's play. Black niggling away at Livermore. Look where Van der Vaart's prepared to come in order to prompt play. It seems so difficult to pick up when he does drift forward. But I think Robic has got to get a hold of Van der Vaart.
I think it's, as I said, it's a total rethink at half-time. Got to change the game plan. The formation's not working. Each of the players has got to do more defending, man-to-man. Van der Vaart just ruling the roost.
Paulo Sergio's team are playing in straight lines. There's depth about Tottenham, variety. And they're finding gaps between those Hearts lines. Templeton. Easy enough for Cranchar.
Of room.
Here's Templeton though. Chance to run at Walker. Too well to outrun Kyle Walker though. All result from the Europa League already this evening. It concerns Stoke City, who are playing in Thun near Bern in Switzerland, and won by a goal to nil in the first leg of their playoff match. Danny Pugh got that goal. 2-0. Stoke City won. With the progress of Fulham and Birmingham and Rangers and Celtic at half-time here. Spurs have been consummate. Very controlled, very polished. Made the most of the boost of an early goal from Rafael van der Vaart. Just dominated the match ever since.
They haven't been stretched, Clive, at all, you know, from the first whistle. They've dictated the pace of the game, the bulk of possession, and of course the goals tally is all theirs.
Van der Vaart, Cranchar again, finding space between defence and midfield. Livermore trying to angle it into Defoe, just a bit too straight, that one. These are the little passes which are finding Hearts out. Lovely movement. Cranchar, now Defoe. Oh, he had options there. A little selfish.
Yeah, Van der Vaart was in a nice area as well as Cranchar moved forward.
Gomez mistake. Driver. Sutton. Now Driver. Bit of space for Stevenson. Lifted in towards John Sutton.
Just a lack of quality there, really. Not the same wavelength, Sutton and Stevenson.
Spurs haven't got much in reserve on the substitutes bench this evening. Harry Redknapp's actually named 2 goalkeepers among his 7 substitutes, but I think even at half-time he can start to think about their opening Premier League game against Manchester United and maybe take the heat off 1 or 2 of these players. Might feel as if they need 90 minutes because they had their game against Everton postponed last weekend. Stevenson. It's easy for Walker. Just body checked by Granger. The referee's having none of that. Tells Kyle Walker to get to his feet.
I can't say I agree with that at all. Granger just stood there, ignored the ball, and body checked Kyle Walker there.
Sutton. Black. It's a good ball. Inside Walker for Templeton. Walker recovered quickly. A bit of shirt tugging going on there, maybe by Kyle Walker. 2 speed merchants. Walker's powers of recovery in evidence.
Hearts just don't know how to get forward, unfortunately. Tottenham can put pressure on.
And a slip by Assou-Ekotto. He's repaired quickly by Kabul. Van der Vaart to Cranshaw. More than enough talent to create space for himself and then seek out Bale. Difficult one to control on the run.
Well, he knows he's in the game, doesn't he, Gareth Bale, when he's got people who can pass the ball like Van der Vaart and Nico Cranshaw in midfield. Can always be that threat over the top or wide.
Men against boys. From beginning to end of the first half, Tottenham Hotspur have been in control. One or two Hearts fans around me actually standing to applaud the quality of the football they've seen. Excellent goals from Van der Vaart, Defoe and Livermore, and there could have been more. Tottenham have been outstanding. Half-time at Tynecastle, Hearts 0, Spurs 3.
Well, it's insert your own cliche time at the moment. Men against boys, knife through butter, cat with a mouse. They all apply. Tottenham entirely in command and 3 up. Remember, with the second leg to come at Tottenham next week. All to do for Hearts and Paulo Sergio. We'll get the thoughts of Andy and George in just a couple of minutes. That, I'm reliably informed, is Arthur's Seat, towering over the city of Edinburgh. But whatever your vantage point tonight, I'm afraid,